happened to be 24-hour long because nobody told me to turn off the stream.
What's your credit card number?
Oh. Oh.
My credit card number is in there. Let me go back to that stream. Let me cancel my credit card. It's not really smart to order while I'm streaming.
Life lesson, guys.
Huh?
Into the life lesson.
If somebody want to find out my credit card number, it's on the stream. Thanks for reminding me. Okay, so if ever x is odd, then let's say it's -3, -2, 0, 1, and 2, and 3. And this is 6, this is 7, -7. This is a 0. This is what will be 1 is 5, and what will be this 2 number here?
7 and -6.
Which one is -6?
3.
-6, good. And this one's what? +7. So remember, this is gonna have an opposite to each other if it's odd. Okay, so every symmetry is different. So symmetry, if it's even, then it's gonna be symmetry is y-axis. If it's odd, it's gonna be symmetry to origin. So the coordinate is gonna be opposite to each other. Now, if you have inverse is symmetry to y equal to x, so it's a little bit different, right? It's gonna be at y equal to x. Let me re-ask you, see if you guys remember some inverse function, because we need to review a little bit about inverse function. How do I change template? Okay, let me change template. So remember, I put a 1 question on the test. It looks like that, but so if I have a function looks like this, right? Can you draw out a symmetry? And can you draw out an inverse? Right? And if I have g of x is equal to -3x squared minus 4, do you know what is f of g? No, sorry. G of f inverse of 6. Do you know what is the answer for this? You blind?
Yes.
So I will ask you a lot of questions. I will ask you, what is g of f inverse of 6? What do you guys think?
-2.
Hold on, we'll wait a little bit. Yeah,
3x squared or 3x cubed?
3x squared.
Thank you.
So check with your group members, see what they get. If they get same as you, if it's not, modify it. Where's Emma? She's 9 10. Was she here yesterday? Elias, what do you think the answer is?
I'm so.
Larissa, what do you think the answer is? Amelia, can you help out Larissa? Jacob? Not sure? What-
Grab the function, take inverse, and then some inverse is equals to word x equals to. I got
Do you
it.
want him to drop the line of symmetry before we do BFF?
You don't have to. It does help that on a test I will ask you to graph line of symmetry. On a test I will ask you to graph f inverse of x. But it's pretty easy. Just switch the x and y coordinate on all the turning point. But in that case you don't have to. In this case you can evaluate what's f inverse of 6 first, and then plug into the g. Shantae, you got it? No? Okay. Emily, you got it? Okay. Check with Apple, see if you guys got the same answer. Sophia is right. Check your group, make sure they understand. Jordan, did you get the answer? Can you check your groups, make sure? Winston,
Yeah.
you gotta figure out before you help your group.
Yeah, I know.
Wait, Olivia, what you get? Okay, maybe you can help out Samuel.
You got this.
Winston, you're too slow.
Can't graph.
You don't need to graph it. You can figure out from there.
Like what? You know what?
So if you go up 6. Wait, I heard one that's like, what is that, 1 6, and then you flip it to make it.
So this could be one of the test questions.
So if you go to 6 on Y, right? Then you go, then you find the one.
Actually, do you understand?
Like, I dropped it wrong.
Okay,
This 3 I dropped it wrong.
What?
Oh.
I cannot believe it. I can't believe it.
Jacob,
Yeah, but so if you were to write this the other way,
is that what?
the one,
Negative 3x squared minus 4.
I'm so good at counting.
So it's like you go up 6, 1 6, and then you get 1 6, and then you flip 6 1. So then you plug in 1 for x, and then you give. It's not negative. You don't flip the sign, you just
This
flip.
is way longer than you.
So it'd be 6
Negative 1 is 1 and 1. 1 is 1.
Sydney, you got it? Uh-huh. You got it? You understand? Shantae, do you got it?
Okay, so you go up 6. 1,
The answer is negative 7.
6.
Okay, maybe Diego can help out the group.
Yeah, right? Because then you just flip it, 6 1. And then you take it to y, right?
Uh-huh.
1,
Yeah.
and then you spread negative 7. Alright. Do you understand? Okay. Now the only one.
Oh, Olivia's gonna knock out a group leader.
After this, yes, Daniel should be good leader.
Yeah, election. We impeach Winston. So,
Oh, yeah.
Jocelyn, do you understand? Liliana, you understand, right?
Yep.
Okay, thank you. Make sure everybody in your group understand. Jacob, you got it? I just Christopher, you got it? Okay. So remember, this is how the way I will ask question is you have to learn how to think about those things. So next thing is I want to tell you is, hey, what if I have something like this? Oh, sorry. Let's just say if I have f of x, one of the question is asking that say x minus 5 plus 8. And I say, hey, can you find out can you find out what is f inverse of 10? Like, are you able to figure out without go to inverse? Or you can find the inverse to plug in 10. Yes, of course you can do that. But are you able to figure out what's f inverse of 10? Right?
And then that 10 is a y.
Miranda, that's very fast.
Yeah.
And
But you have to like
I
swim.
think it's called- Yeah.
You decided to find them.
Yes, he did that problem. Yes. Tell you. The inverse, like, this was, you know how like x, I think x, you can add like 10 rows, but
Yeah.
so he's giving you this goes to that.
Oh, so the inverse.
So this goes to that. F of x is 10. Oh, wait, sorry, no, it's f of x. You can screw it. I'm just wrong.
I'm so confused.
You don't remember the problem?
But like, I did it the long way.
Well, maybe exactly. Listen to us.
I did listen, I just didn't understand.
It's
It's like from wrong.
I get it.
I was trying to do
I just can't. So x on a regular function, x equals x, f of x is y.
You should get answers 9.
Oh shit.
Oh, Winston.
Take that over, like, yeah, I'm
You
gonna
get fired.
Have you ever played GTA? This is not my phone.
How many of you guys got 9?
Wait, I didn't finish it yet.
Okay, good. So the reason being is this is a 9 is because remember you got x and the f of x. This means a coordinate, right? This is usually means x and y. But you also have x, you also have f inverse of x. Now they are asking for this is 10. If this is 10, that means we want at this value. However, we can use 10 to think about what is this. Well, this has to be 10 as well. So we're going to plug in 10 for the y value for f of x is equal to root to x minus 5 plus 8 minus 8 on both sides. 2 equal to root x minus 5 square x minus 5, x is equal to 9. So therefore this is 9. So therefore if this is 9, this also be 9 because they kind of give you they switch the coordinates. Okay, is this okay? Okay.
Added 4 and 5 and I got 12. Close.
Winston, you should go back to 3rd grade.
I made it.
All right. So now we're going to teach you what is concave up and what's concave down and what's inflection point. This is a new terminology. So if you have a concave up versus concave down. So what they look like. So for some of you guys probably don't understand. It probably don't understand what is concave up, what is concave down, but that's okay. First of all, we're gonna talk about the tangent line. Okay, so if I have something concave up, it's look like this, like y equal to x squared. So you think about y equal to x squared is the typical example of concave up, because like this, if I were to draw a tangent line at this point, you know how to draw a tangent line? Well, tangent line is like this. Tangent line is only intersect one point, so if it's a tangent line here, so this is also tangent line. So tangent line at this particular point is going to be draw a line only intersect one point. The same thing if it's on this side, it's only intersect one point like this. So all the tangent lines are below the actual function, we are called concave up. Or you can think about like something like this is concave up, and this is concave down. That's easiest way to think about it. Okay, so y equal to negative x squared, guess what? They are concave down. But also because if you draw a tangent line, let's just say if you draw a tangent line here, the line is above the graph. If it's above the graph, is concave down. See, if I draw here, above the line, above the line. So I'll show you here in terms of this. Now, if you're changing from concave up to concave down, that's called inflection point, or concave down to concave up. So inflection point, don't worry, we're gonna make sure you guys all understand this. Inflection point is the changing of a concavity. And this is what you're going to learn next year in calculus chapter 4. I don't know why they teach it this year. They usually never teach you this in pre-calc, but they have it on the AP exam. So we're going to teach you according to AP exam. But this is also on this test. So all the additional things like this, you'll be on the additional test. So it's changing from up to down, or down to up. So sometimes you have a situation. So I'm going to show you here. It's much easier to show you in the graph. So it's okay if I show you? Okay, so I'm going to show you here, and you can watch a video if you want to. So I'm going to create a function that has multiple things. So I'm going to say it's f of x is equal to I don't know, 3x to the third minus 16 minus maybe 27x, something like this, or maybe 9x. Let me see, 9. Okay. All right. Do you see this graph? Now, can you tell me which part to which part is concave down and which part to which part is concave up? Write down on the paper. Write down this function, draw out this estimated graph. Can you tell me which part is concave down? From where to where? From which x value to which x value using interval notation. Also, from where to where is concave up? From where to where is concave down? And also, which point is the inflection point? I think you guys can do this. From where to where is concave down? From where to where is concave up? And where is the inflection point? check with each other, see what they get. They're not necessarily right, but I want you guys to talk to each other, see what do you think.
Negative 1 is negative. Well, okay. Negative 2 to 0 and 0 to 2.
Tangent is from like the point of it, you like you throw like, and then the function is below the tangent.
All right. So remember, I'm going to draw out a graph. I think the graph's like this, right? Is that right? So concave up. Concave up is where to where? 0 to infinity. All the way. Concave down. Very good. It's negative infinity to 0. Where's the inflection point? And I'm going to show you tangent line. And this is the only thing that I can show you here. So tangent line here is the tangent line. The tangent line is only intersect one point at that particular thing. Do you see this? It start bending. Come back down. So do you see this tangent line is always above? Then this function is concave down. Do you see that or no? Let me use this. Let me use red so that way you can see it. Okay, so I'm gonna see here. This is do you see this tangent line is below? Then the function is concave up. Do you see that? And this is a tangent line above. Then it's concave down. Can you guys see that or no? This is how you see the tangent line. What?
Negative y and y minus f and a.
Don't even worry about it. You're gonna learn that in next year. It's called equation tangent line. But that's the best way to show you what happened here. Now you can have multiple inflection point. You can have multiple interval concave up or concave down. Now here's what I'm gonna say. I probably give you some question like this. Ask you where's concave up, where's concave down. Now I want you to give you one more definition. This one you had to memorize it, but it's really kind of so if it's a concave up, is equal to slope of f of x is increasing. And if it's a concave down, slope of f of x is decreasing. And this, unfortunately, you can memorize it or you can understand it. So I'm going to show you. I'm going to start with concave down, right? I'm going to start from this particular point. If I draw a tangent, my slope is positive or my slope is negative. Look at that red line. Is that slope positive or negative? Negative. No, it's positive. It's going up. Slope is positive. Now, I want you to think about this particular point. Compared to the blue line and the red line, which one has a higher slope? The red line or blue line, which one has a higher slope? The red or the blue? Red is correct. So what happened to my slope? It's concave down. My slope is decreasing. Do you see my slope is decreasing? No, if you want to make sure, you do one more point right here. What will be slope at this particular point? What is slope of that point? Not nothing. It's 0. Slope is 0. Right? It went from really positive to a little bit less to 0. So my slope is actually decreasing. Now, even one more point, you're going to see that in green point here, the equation tangent line is still above, right? Now, 0 is actually going to negative. Do you see what I'm saying? So that we say concave down, the slope is decreasing because, or we can think about down and decreasing, but its slope of f of x is actually going to decrease. This is what it's gonna be on your AP exam. A lot of questions. Simply understand this. You don't even need to know how to do algebra. You're just able to read the graph. On AP calculus the same way. But you can memorize this or understand them. Now let's check concave up. Concave up is obviously this reason right here, right? Pay attention to the slope. The slope is really negative right now, right? It going to become what? 0. Is it becoming positive? Is increasing or decreasing? Went from negative to 0. Is that increasing or decreasing? Increasing and becomes a positive. That's what? That's increasing. So that's why slope is increasing. So you can choose to understand or memorize. It doesn't matter to me. You just have to be able to perform on the test. For me, I think it's both a little bit, but think about it. If it's concave up, its slope of f of x increasing. If it's down, then its slope is decreasing. Now, is this function increasing from here to here? Yes. The function to here to here is increasing. The function to here is decreasing. Now, I can ask you differently. So I'm going to just give you a graph and ask you which region is which. So in terms of this graph, I'm probably going to give you something like this. So I'm going to give you something like this. So I'll ask you a lot of information here. So I'm going to say this is f of x. Okay, I'm going to just only illustrate this question. We already talked about what is domain here. Can you guys tell me what's domain here? What will be a domain here? It's going to be what? Sure. I'll make sure I'm streaming so that way you guys have this on. Indian says hello. Who's that? Okay, anyway, no idea. -6, right? Because to where? 8, good. So what will be domain? What will be range? -2 to 5. Because you start at this here, you scanned it, right? There was no intersection. Until this point, it's -2. And you're going to scan all the way up. And you stop scanning, which is 5. So therefore, it's -2, 5. Is that okay? Is this okay? Okay, I'm going to ask you, when is a positive? When is negative? So positive means what? Above x-axis, from where to where? I'm gonna ask somebody. Positive. Let's ask Larissa. Where's the positive? -5 to -1. And negative? Oh, one more. Is any other positive region? 3 to what?
Eight.
3 to 8. Is that okay? How about negative? I'm asking somebody else. Anna, can you say negative? Where's the negative? There are two intervals as well. Okay. Negative 1 to 3. Good. Okay, so when it's increasing and when it's decreasing, I'm gonna ask increasing, decreasing. I'm gonna ask Sydney.
-6 to -3.
One more increasing.
And then 0 to
No, 0 still decreasing.
oh sorry, I wrote it wrong. And then 1 to 6.
1 to 6. Good. Decreasing. Let me ask Daryl.
From -3 to 1. And
Negative 3 to 1. Okay.
then from
6 to 8. Okay. Okay, let me ask a tough question. That's the stuff today. If this is f of x, can you tell me when the slope of f of x? So will be slope of f of x is decreasing. And now slope of f of x is decreasing from where to where? This is kind of hard. And also slope of f of x is increasing. So this is what we're going to learn today. We already learned increasing and decreasing. This is to the f of x, right? But we are looking for the slope of f of x is decreasing from where to where, and slope of f of x is decreasing is from where to where. So who wanna give a try for the first one? I'm gonna ask somebody else. I'm gonna ask Liliana. I never called her before.
It's decreasing from -6 to -3.
-6 to. I need you to modify that answer slightly. -6 to where?
Isn't it when it's going when it's decreasing?
So slope of f of x is decreasing from where to where?
It's -6 to -3. But unless isn't it the whole thing when it goes all the way down?
I don't know.
Not -6 to -3, then it's probably -6 to
Almost. No. Almost. Chante, you want to help out? You were closer than her, but no. Anybody else want to give it a try? Saphir?
-1.
Why is -1?
It's 0 over there. It hits the x-axis.
It's not because I hit axis.
It goes up after that.
Do you see that this part is concave down? If it's concave down, its slope is decreasing. But you see, after this point, if you draw a tangent, it's really hard to tell. Here, you're gonna see the tangent line is gonna be underneath. So there is a point here. You have to see this is concave down here. Does that make sense? Okay. What else is slope of f of x is decreasing? Alex? It's okay. If you got it wrong, we are gonna laugh at you. That's it. It's all right. Anna want to help you though. Anna, go ahead. 3 to 8, almost. Actually, kind of hard to tell. I can see why you say 3 to 8. I can see why you say 3 to 8 because it's really hard to tell whether this part or this part changing concavity. I would say probably this part. I try to make pretty obvious because if you draw a tangent line, it's still underneath. Now, if I at this point you still draw a tangent line, it's gonna be above. So here is gonna be the inflection point. So it's gonna be 3 to 8 because you're still looking for concave down. How many of you guys still lost? Raise your hand. Okay. So imagine that if I take, imagine I take this to whack it. Right? So imagine if I draw a tangent line here, my tangent line's above, right? The whole way, right? This is slope is equal to 0. This is gonna be above. It's gonna be still above. But here it's gonna change to here. Do you see that? That becomes the tangent lines below, right? So all this part is below. All the way to here. It's still below. Now pay attention. At somewhere in here, this part becomes above right here. So anything you have a U, or actually N, it's gonna be a concave down. This is the U, it's concave up. Do you see that? So you're looking at where it concave up. So you're looking at slope of f of x decreasing. Do you see that it's going to be decreasing? You start with a really positive, it's going towards 0 and go into negative. So my slope is decreasing. Does that make sense? So therefore, slope is decreasing at this particular part. Now I don't know why they teach you this AP pre-calc because this is what I teach in calculus, but they just add it in the curriculum. I don't know why. But this also means concave down. And from where to where is increasing. There's only one spot, it's increasing. Maybe Diego can tell me? No?
Well, they -1.
-1 to 3 is perfect. And that's the only part is concave up. And this is also concave up. Now here my last question. How many inflection points are they? And where are they? Inflection points are where?
-1 and 2.
-1 is good. Because you can see this point in changing from concave down to concave up. Do you see that?
It'd be 3, right?
It's about 4. I can see why people say it's 3 because I'll give you a graph that is.
Yeah, if it's 4, then it's gonna be 4 and then a -1 and 4 down there.
Oh yeah, you're right. -1 to 4. You're right. You're right. Thank you. X equal to 4. Does that make sense? So today I will give you a question like this. I will give you all the homework today. It's just like the test. I usually don't try to cheat students. Like people do bad because they don't do work. So just try to do as much work as you can what I assign. Usually it will turn out to be okay.